Welcome to Magic Boy fans.
All right, today we're jumping into a really powerful and, honestly, a deeply moving piece of writing. It's called the Ballad of Easter 2019. Think of it as a lament, a song of sorrow for the victims of the Easter Sunday bombings in Sri Lanka, but it's also a sharp critique of power and the ways truth gets silenced.
Right from the jump, the poem hits you with this line. It really sets the stage for everything that's about to unfold. You know, this isn't just a poem about loss, it's a warning. It's saying that forgetting is dangerous and that remembering, well, that's our duty.
So to really get what this poem is doing, we've got to start with its form. The way this story is told is so intentional, and it's a huge part of its power.
So the poet chose the form of a ballad, and this is so crucial. The author themselves said it gives the story the weight and music of an eternal lament. It's like those ancient songs, you know, the ones that carry stories through generations. This form taps into that same timeless energy, that same deep grief. Okay, so let's dive into how the ballad actually builds this story. The poem kicks off right after the tragedy, and it paints this picture not just of loss, but of a cover-up that's already starting to take hold.
The poem just drops us into the chaos with this stark image of fallen officers. We see the loss, but that last bit, their story none, that immediately plants a seed of doubt, doesn't it? A story is already being erased before it can even be told. And boom, right away the poem introduces this idea of deliberate misdirection. A scholar, someone we're supposed to trust for knowledge, is the one whispering to bury the truth. This is our first huge clue that what's happening isn't just an accident. Facts are being actively suppressed.
And here is where you see this chilling pattern of silence start to form. The poem just lays out this trail of evidence. An armor, a schoolboy's bag, even bombs. Every single one was a chance for answers, and every single one was met with silence. The press gets hushed, the trail goes dead. It's an absolutely devastating indictment of a system that just failed to act.
So from here, the poem kind of zooms out. It moved from these specific pieces of ignored evidence to suggest a much broader web of complicity, pulling in figures from almost every level of society. Man, this paints such a damning picture. The lawman smiled and let it ride. Neighbors warned in vain. Even insiders, people in the know, were telling their own families to stay home. And at the very top, the king, a clear metaphor for the leader. He apparently knew, but fled away. It seems like nobody gets off the hook here. Wow, this couplet just elevates the whole thing. The inaction isn't just negligence anymore, it's a deep, profound moral failure. By saying no to God, the poem frames this whole mess not just as a political problem, but as a spiritual and ethical betrayal of the highest order.
And this web of complicity, it doesn't just stop with the initial cover-up. The poem goes on to chronicle how the actual search for justice was systematically taken apart and buried over time.
Just look at this timeline. It shows the deliberate dismantling of justice, step by step. A new leader makes promises that turn to stone. Official records, the scrolls, are sealed, making lies official. Anyone brave enough to speak up is silenced. And finally, reason itself, symbolized by Sherlock Holmes's lamp, is just snuffed out.
The poem condemns this repeating cycle of failed leadership. It's not a one-time thing. One leader after another, and the pattern is the same. 3 kings had come and 3 had fled. They're not looking for accountability. They're spying, they're lying, they're hiding the scars.
So where does that leave us? Well, this brings us to the poem's conclusion. And it's not really an ending, but a waiting. It's a lament that captures this feeling of unresolved grief, this persistent, aching call for a justice that still hasn't come.
The poem marks the passage of time with just one simple, stark number: 6. 6 winters passed, the snows did melt, yet none confessed what all had felt. 6 years. And the silence holds while the shared feeling of injustice just hangs in the air, unacknowledged.
The poem closes on this image of fragile, complicated hope. The Easter flame, a symbol of rebirth and resurrection, it isn't out, but it's masked. It's hidden. It's a sign that justice is still possible, but it's obscured, you know? It's just waiting for the right moment to finally break through the darkness.
And the final refrain, it's a direct command. To sing. Sing for the unhealed hearts, for the truths that have been buried. It gives the final word to the victims themselves, and their whispers carry this one vital message through time.
Remember us. Don't let our deaths be for nothing.
And so, we're left with this question, right? This ballad is so much more than a poem. It's an act of memory. It's a refusal to let silence have the last word. It really forces us to ask what role art and stories and songs play in that long, hard fight for the truth. What do you think?
Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel.